A few minutes ago, the first details about the Israeli attack on the province of Latakia in Syria were released. As you know, independent monitoring services recorded several explosions in this Syrian province during the night of October 3rd. Immediately afterwards, numerous Western media outlets and Telegram channels reported that Israel had attacked the Russian Khomeini airbase in the northwest of the province. According to these sources, Israel destroyed an Iranian military transport plane in this attack, which was carrying a large shipment of weapons and ammunition for Hezbollah in Lebanon. However, it turned out that the Western media had once again jumped to conclusions and spread misinformation, misleading their audience. In fact, on the night of October 3rd, Israeli missiles and suicide drones did not attack the Khomeini airbase, but the city of Jableh, located just 3 kilometers from this Russian military facility. According to several sources in the Syrian Ministry of Defense, the main target of the Israeli missiles and drones was a weapons depot in the southeast of the city, where Iran stores weapons for Hezbollah militias. At the same time, the Syrian military admitted that although most of the Israeli missiles and suicide drones were intercepted and destroyed, their debris caused considerable damage to this weapons depot. Meanwhile, the situation in the Middle East is deteriorating rapidly. Numerous military experts and analysts point out that the current conflict, following the massive Iranian missile attack on Israel and the start of the Israeli ground offensive in Lebanon, could further escalate and drag the entire world into a new world war. If you liked the video, please like, share, and comment. It will help the channel a lot. In this context, many countries have begun to evacuate their citizens not only from Lebanon, Israel, and Iran, but also from other countries in the Middle East. On the orders of Vladimir Putin, the Russian aerospace forces sent military transport planes to Beirut on October 3rd with humanitarian aid for the Lebanese population. In addition, Russia delivered a large shipment of medicines, food, and small power plants to Beirut so that Lebanese hospitals can continue to operate even in the event of large-scale power outages. According to reliable sources, Russia had evacuated more than 100 of its citizens from Lebanon as of October 5, 2023. Thus, everything that is happening now indicates that a new bloody war in the Middle East is inevitable. In this context, the Lebanese Foreign Ministry has asked Russia for help. Specifically, the official representative of Beirut asked Moscow to prevent the outbreak of a war in the Middle East. On October 3rd, on the orders of Vladimir Putin, the Russian aerospace forces sent military transport planes to Beirut with humanitarian aid for the Lebanese population. In addition, Russia delivered a large shipment of medicines, food, and small power plants to Beirut, so that Lebanese hospitals can continue to operate even in the event of large-scale power outages. It has been verified that Russia had evacuated more than 100 of its citizens from Lebanon as of October 5, 2023. Thus, everything that is happening now indicates that a new bloody war in the Middle East is inevitable. In this context, the Lebanese Foreign Ministry has asked Russia for help. Specifically, the Beirut government asked Moscow to prevent the outbreak of a war in the Middle East. According to Lebanese Foreign Minister Abdullah Abu Habib, neither Israel nor the United States is interested in peace in the region. The Lebanese minister stressed that Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah had even agreed to a ceasefire to avoid a war, and had promised to stop attacks on Israel. However, just hours after this statement by the Hezbollah leader, he was assassinated by Israeli missiles in Lebanon. The Lebanese minister insisted that France and the United States knew that Hassan Nasrallah had agreed to a ceasefire by renouncing attacks on Israel. We informed the Americans and the French that Hezbollah had agreed to a total ceasefire, to which they replied that Benjamin Netanyahu had also agreed to a ceasefire. However, immediately afterwards they launched an intense missile attack and eliminated the Hezbollah leader, which provoked a massive retaliatory missile attack by Iran. All this indicates that Israel and its allies do not want peace in the Middle East, the Lebanese minister said. Thus, Lebanon's hopes for a speedy, peaceful solution to the current conflict are pinned solely on the Russian Federation. Meanwhile, the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Mohammad Bagheri, officially stated that all targets had been hit in the massive missile attack on Israel. According to him, Iranian missiles destroyed all important targets at Israeli military airbases such as Tel Nof, Hatzarim, and Nevatim. At the same time, the Iranian general denied claims by Western media that Tehran had warned Israel of the impending missile attack so that Tel Aviv could prepare and avoid heavy losses at its military bases. In addition, military experts and analysts from the Al-Quds newspaper stated that Israel is not only hiding the scale of the Iranian missile attack, but also its own losses. According to experts, Iran launched about 500 missiles at Israel, while representatives of the Israel Defense Forces only speak of 181 missiles. Renowned German military expert Fabian Hinz commented on the Iranian missile attack on Israel and acknowledged the effectiveness of the latest Iranian missiles. In his opinion, the Iranian Khaibar Shikan and Fateh 110 missiles are highly maneuverable and extremely difficult to intercept. It should be noted that experts from the Al-Quds newspaper also confirmed that more than half of the Iranian missiles hit their targets in Israel. Experts also questioned the authenticity of satellite images of the Israeli military airbase Nevatim, which show minimal damage. The reason for these doubts was the fact that, after the massive Iranian missile attack, Israel digitally manipulated satellite images of Nevatim airbase and added digitally drawn clouds to hide the impact of this attack from the public. Numerous experts are convinced that Israel acted in this way to cover up the destruction of its F-35 fighter jets and buy time to better edit the satellite imagery. Furthermore, experts acknowledge that neither U.S. destroyers in the Mediterranean nor Jordanian air defenses were able to stop the Iranian missiles. In their opinion, Israeli and American air defense systems such as Iron Dome, David Sling, and Patriot proved useless against Iranian missiles. All of this has raised serious concerns for U.S. national security. This attack on Israel has shown the world that modern Western air defense systems are no match for Iranian missiles. Numerous experts are convinced that the failure of Western and Israeli air defense systems in the massive Iranian missile attack is the main reason why the United States and Israel continue to refuse to retaliate against Iran.